few videos I talked about positivity, and I realized that I hadn't shared my journey from the very beginning, where it wasn't always so positive, and I really wanted to share that experience with you, where I was going through depression for years and I felt so stuck in my mind, and I even found it so hard to admit that I was going through depression to begin with. And so I wanted to share that with you, that even though I share these positive energy and vibes, there was a time, many times throughout my life, where I was depressed and in low moods, and how I was able to overcome that was through using daily habits. And one daily habit that I really do and I'm conscious of is one daily habit that I started off with that really helped me was writing it down in a notebook. And for me, at the very beginning, I was so reluctant to do it because I was so scared to write down my thoughts. But when you wake up in the morning, what happens is that you start to identify yourself as your past experiences. So as soon as you wake up, you think, oh, this is the type of person I am because this happened to me in the past, and this happened to me, and I'm upset because of this, and I had an argument. And I realized that I was living my life through the lens of the past, and I only was able to realize that when I actually wrote it down in a tiny notebook, like half the size of my palm, because I was so scared to write it down. But it was one of the most beneficial things I've ever done, because I realized there's a pattern, and it was hard to admit that writing it down, I realized, oh, these are the things that I think about when in the morning, and these are the habits that I have every morning. And one thing I did was I wrote it down in the morning, and throughout the day, when I became conscious of those thoughts again that was going around my mind, I stopped it, and I was able to move forward and be more present with myself. So that's one thing that I really did. So throughout that time where I was writing and journaling down, I also meditated. As soon as I woke up, I wrote it down and I started meditating. And I know people have various different opinions on meditation, but meditation doesn't necessarily have to mean sitting down and closing your eyes and thinking of nothing. It's not always that. A meditation can be something that you're really passionate about, where you zone out, or where you focus on something like cooking or cleaning even. And what I do is painting, or even going for walks in nature. I find it to be really grounding, and I really love it so much. So that's one thing I try to do and put into practice as well. So journaling was one of the first things that I did, and some sort of meditation. Usually when I started off, my meditations were sitting down and observing my thoughts. So I wasn't thinking of anything, I was just imagining myself in space, and I was just sitting in space, and sometimes thoughts would come around me. Sometimes I'd be quite shocked by what I was thinking at that time, and I realized when it didn't serve me, I learned to let it go by opening the door and pushing it out and through the door and closing that door, and to never have it again. And yes, I fell from grace many times, but I was able to pick myself up again. So one thing that I really want you to try and do is, if you're going through a low state and you want to change that, know that you can change that first of all, and make that decision that you're going to try and do it every morning, where you're conscious of your thoughts. And I find that one of the things that was actually useful to me is not staring at my phone, or not looking at my phone as soon as I woke up. I turned all my notifications off, from my WhatsApp to all the apps that gave me notifications, and I realized that that was so useful because I was no longer re-identifying as that past self. So I got into the habit of trying to avoid using my phone in the morning, and that was another thing that was really useful as well. So journaling, not going on your phone, even try it for 10 minutes. I'm telling you, there is going to be a profound difference of how you feel in the morning when you try and move away from your phone. So I really hope that this video was useful. I really want to share that I really wanted to share that, even though I have this positive energy and I want to share the love and great vibes. It wasn't always the case, and I was able to change that through these habits. So that's one thing I really wanted to share with you. So I hope you liked this video and found it useful. And if you did, please like it and subscribe to the channel so I know somebody out there is watching.